Bev's Video Kingdom.
Because the movies won't talk about themselves.
So Andy crawls through this river of shit. He comes out, visits a dozen banks, and no one's like, I'm a little concerned about the guy in the suit.
Right.
It smells like shit.
You mean the guy that literally washed himself in a river full of shit and is supposed to suddenly smell good?
Dude, that's completely the mall rat stink palm, which takes like 3 or 4 days to wash off.
Oh, last time I scratched my ass, it smelled like Bigfoot's dick for a week.
Bev's Video Kingdom. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi guys, on this show we're looking at Pratt, Crumholt, Keegan, Miller, Oleynik, Levitt, Ledger and Stiles. We're looking at 1999's 10 Things I Hate About You.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 100 Things We Learned from Film. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Planty, and like Kurosawa, I make mad films. Okay, I don't make films, but if I did, they'd have a samurai.
So they would. And I'm the other guy, and I'm John, and I am 10 Things I Hate About Myself.
Oh, fucking hell. Self-love, John boy, and I'm not talking about what you get up to when she's not home.
Self-loathed, big man, self-loathed.
10 Things I Hate About Crew. It's just a train station, nothing else.
How are you, buddy?
I'm very well, mate. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm all right. It's baking home here, but I know it's raining there. Is that right?
It's on and off. It's close. It's close. It's close.
Up and down like a fiddler's elbow.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. This week we are talking about a film I haven't seen since I saw it on VHS. Ooh. Since I saw it on one of those little rectangular fucking things. What are we talking about?
So looking at 10 Things I Hate About You, which there was an influx of films like that back in the day, but we probably picked the best of a bad bunch, to be fair.
Oh, did we?
Because there was loads of them. Teen dramas, every one of them.
I've seen a lot of them. You know, I think I've seen, and I will mention a couple later on. I'm sure I mentioned a couple later on.
Yeah,
and 1999, it was a good year, as I recall. What could we've been talking about?
So there's loads of good stuff in here. So there's Summer of Sam, there's The Green Mile.
Okay. Summer of Sam's good, by the way. It's a bit long.
It's drawn out a wee bit in it. Fight Club.
We'll never do it.
Bicentennial Man.
We'll never do it.
It's so long in it. It's so long and depressing.
Jesus Christ. And does he become human at the end?
Yeah, and then gets killed. Euthanized.
Oh, does he?
Oh no, he gets switched off or something.
Fucking hell. And they just replaced like the robot one with the actual actor, don't they?
Yeah.
Man, what a load of shit.
There is Will Smith's biggest regret, doing Wild Wild West instead of Matrix.
Oh, Wiki Wild Wild West. Jim West, Desperado. I've seen that once. No need to see it again.
Nope. That's pointless. I hate it. There's obviously the Matrix, but I've left the best till last, big man.
Go on.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest. There's a connection here. Did you spot the connection to this film? It could just be that I'm a racist. We'll listeners, we will see.
Ooh.
We will see. I could be a massive racist. We're going to see.
I know where you're coming from.
The reveal will come live on air. Possibly. You didn't do Sixth Sense. I was surprised.
No, was
Sixth Sense 2000?
I think that was
maybe
1
it
year
was 2000. Fuck. Oh, all right, fucking Popmaster. Fucking Ken Bruce.
I've got a new show.
Anyway, right. Look, if you like what we do, because we're the podcast Trashland 100 Things from Every Film, fling us a quid, right? Give us a quid a month, and we will shout you out every episode. We'll also give you the chance to vote at some fucking point. We will give people the chance to vote on Patreon. This month, of course, as we mentioned last week, I say of course, like everyone listens to every episode in order. But this month, if you are giving us a few quid, then your money is going to the to support. Apologies again, I've never got the fucking window open. I've got so many windows open here, listeners, as John sees on a regular basis.
Exactly.
It's going to support the GoFundMe for one of the victims of the Nottingham attack, Ian Coates, a few weeks ago now. So that I'll put it up on socials by the time this comes out, but that will be up there, showing that we made a donation. And we'll between us, we'll throw an extra couple of quid in as well.
Yeah,
because it's important that we're seen to promote. I was going to say, neither of us live in Nottingham, of course. Listeners, he lives in Stirling, Carlisle. But I'm from Nottingham, and it's fucking it's, you know, your stories moved me like no other. In the words of that man out of the 7.5 floor movie. You know the movie? Yes, tales move me like no other. You know floors are too wieldy for me. Your tailors move me like the other. So I shall make you my wife. And I shall build you a floor between the 7th and the 8th. Man, is that a future episode, being John Malkovich? By the way?
Probably not.
No,
it's on his head. It's on his head.
I'm sure in the first 10 episodes, I mentioned that 10 episodes on the trot. I'm sure I did.
You did.
And now I'm mentioning it when it's not meant to be funny. I'm so sorry. That's important, but having a laugh's also kind of important.
There's more chances than that film is going to be coming out in is it 95 years from now? The one he made.
Yeah. That Malkovich is in that. Yeah.
Aye. No chances doing that one.
Jesus. Are they just calling it 95? Is it like that one where Adam Driver's fighting the dinosaurs? Have you seen that?
Aye,
fucking brutal. I turned that off, mate.
Oh, really?
Oh, I got like an hour in, and he was just going, I'm just a taxi driver. I don't want to keep you alive, but I will, because I'm a taxi driver.
I went to Pictures to see it, so I had to watch it.
Oh, God, did you? Does it end better than does it get any better?
Aye, it gets better. Yeah.
Does
really
it?
does. Yeah.
Okay, I might start watching it from the beginning. Anyway, we're not here to talk about it. We're here to talk about 10 Things I Hate About You, which has got it's got a hell of a cast. It's got a hell of a 90s cast, and we will cover almost all of them. My favourite actor in this is no one that anybody thinks of except me. So, moving on.
Larry Miller?
It is Larry Miller, John. Of course it is.
I love him. Yeah, I'm bloody
Oh, fantastic. You've taken the fucking wind out of my sails now.
Sorry, mate. Everyone's mate.
Oh, I see. You think I'm working in this in this building too? Yeah. Oh, I understand. Yeah. Poor doorman has to work two jobs to put food on the table for wife and baby. How about them Knicks, huh? That's my favourite Seinfeld episode. Right. So we got a Touchstone Pictures here, buddy.
Yep. We've done this to death.
Well, we haven't quite done it to death because there's a couple of things I found that we haven't done.
What?
Founded by Disney in 1984 to distribute its PG films.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and I've just realised I haven't got a fucking notepad. Can't make a note of the things we learn if I haven't got a notepad.
As even the comments will say, you're cheating anyway, so bloody what's the point?
It's Mono that says that, not Ian. You've been talking. You live around the corner from Ian. Have you been talking to Ian? This is something I should know.
He knows. He knows you're blagging it.
Fucking arseholes. The pair of yous. Yes. First film was Splash, which cost $11 million to make and made $68 million US.
Nice.
This, of course, is all before Disney airbrushed her arsehole out of it.
Aye, well,
like they have done for Disney Plus.
What the mere person?
Is that what they've said? No, come on.
Nah, they can't call it mere maid. It's mere person.
Fucking hell, okay. Okay, Grandad. We open over Seattle with bare naked ladies 1 week.
Yeah,
these girls dancing along in a Jeep till Julia Stiles' cat shows up.
Yeah. Well, it was a soft top golf. I looked at it. A 1999 version would cost you £695 right now on eBay.
Oh, right. Wow. Yeah. Fantastic.
And in the background, you can see the Space Needle in Seattle. So I looked this up. It was built in April 1961 and was originally built for the World Trade Fair in 1962. And it's located in Lower Queen Anne's neighborhood.
All right, is that where they keep all the wigs?
Aye.
Fantastic. Okay. 1 Week by the Bare Naked Ladies off the 1998 album Stunt. I said stunt. This album, man, it's absolutely the soundtrack to hours and hours of N64 for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I listen to so much N64. Listen to this, we're playing so much N64. Number 5 in the UK, as well as Iceland, because obviously all the mams must have bought it. Number 3 in Canada, and number 1 in the USA.
Yes, mate.
The music video was directed by the director of the worst Terminator film, Salvation, McG.
Jesus.
MacG.
Didn't hit the spot there.
The song mentions Bert Kaempfert and his mad hits. German band leader Bert Kaempfert wrote the music for Strangers in the Night and Elvis's Wooden Heart, which explains why it crapped out on him while he was having a shit. Possibly the fact of the show here for me. As a record producer in 1961, he hired the Beatles to back singer Tony Sheridan on an album recorded and produced in Germany. Now, the story goes that a customer walked into a Liverpool music store owned by Brian Epstein and asked for a copy of My Bonnie, which is a song recorded by the Beatles but credited Tony Sheridan. The store didn't have it, but Epstein noted the request.
Right.
And that little record shop owner that nobody liked turned out to manage the biggest band of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true that is. It just seems very
it's a bit
like
much,
you're
isn't
kind of like, yeah. I mean, somebody would come in and ask for a record that's only released in Germany of a band that probably lived 10 minutes up the road. But I liked it. Seattle, of course, has a population of 4.2 million, which makes it the 15th largest metropolitan area in the USA. Twin towns include Galway in Ireland. I don't know why it's pirates. Bergen in Norway and Mombasa in Kenya.
Yeah, and
Kenya, believe it.
Oh, man. We need to start after this early with these shitey jokes, you know.
Frasier, of course, is set in Seattle, but there are other astonishing number of TV shows set there. iCarly, never seen a moment of it. Grey's Anatomy, sadly seen a moment of it. And Jessica Alba mutant spy thing, Dark Angel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, do you remember that? She was always on a bike.
Yeah. She was indeed. They won her.
Julia Stiles, of course, she's in loads of fucking films I've heard of but never seen. Save the Last Dance, The Prince and Me, that 2001 Othello flick that nobody watched because there was another Othello flick.
Or the Bourne movies.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why she's in them because she's never going to smile in those, is she?
Nah, never going to dance again either.
Did you spot a car?
Yeah, one though, because it's a 1990 Toyota 4Runner.
Oh, hers, the old one, 1964 Dodge Dart GT.
Oh, there was two of them, right?
There was, yeah. There's
two red and white ones.
Yeah, I think the other family car. The song that she's listening to, Jesus, we will get into the film here. I Don't Give a Damn About My Reputation. Joan Jett and the Black Hearts, 1980 song. Good year, that. Joan Jett covered it at WrestleMania 35 before the first ever women's main event.
No, I've got Plenty Will Have Plenty on Joan Jett's Bad Reputation. That's exactly what I've got.
And you know what I'm going to say, listeners? If you've not seen that Runaways film with Dakota Fanning and her Out of Twilight, it's one of the best films about music I've ever seen. Like, because it's not up its own arse like Ray and all that kind of stuff. It's great.
That's it.
That Joan Jett song was also covered by Avril Lavigne in 2021.
The robot one or the original?
The one that's not wearing any shoes walking across Abbey Road. Jesus. It made its number 8 in Japan. I assume because it was on that anime One Piece film.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, One Piece is plenty. I assume there's only one of those One Piece films. I'm aware of it. Like, I can see the cover. I couldn't tell you what it's about. Because I'm 43 years old. And I love Oscar bait films.
And you did everything else.
There's no reason I'm going to watch. The last anime film I think I ever watched was Akira.
Oh God, I
fucking love Akira. You know, let people like what they like. Anyway,
Crying Freeman for me, man, that was ages ago.
Oh, the one about the
The guy with the tattoo, the assassin.
yeah,
They slip in and out and have sex with people all the time. I'm like, yes.
yeah. What was the one about the little vampire assassin woman? She was the last vampire. Jeff, the last vampire, or something.
Vampire Hunter D or something.
No, and Vampires Are Hunting D. That's a very different film. At school, Miss Perky. It's a great
God.
She's introducing Cameron to the school. Right. There's a lot going on here. She's a lot of fun, Alison Janney.
Yeah.
And of course, we talked about her being a lot of fun in Drop Dead Gorgeous as well.
Yep.
Because she's super in that.
Brilliant.
She's introducing Joseph Gordon-Levitt's Cameron. And I've written Cameron until I couldn't be asked. And I've written GJL all the rest of the time. Really it's JGL. So I am just, it's going to be like BTS and everything. I'm going to be writing all sorts of nonsense here. Right. But if I say any culmination of LJG, it's him I'm talking about, listeners. Right. All right. She says, I've got Deviants to see and a novel to finish. Great line. She next speaks to Patrick Verona, which is like, it's a bit on the fucking nose, isn't it?
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, though, pretty, wasn't he?
Yeah. Very Australian, isn't he?
Extremely Australian. Were we supposed to believe he was like 17 here or 18 or whatever? Because he looks about 30. He looks like Luke Perry.
He's an older look about him, isn't he? Yeah. In comparison to the other kids. But did you see that she was writing on this? This weirds me out, right? So she was writing on something called, it was a PowerPC laptop, right? So the last one was brought in 2001, and it's a PowerBook G4.
Yeah.
But when it shows you the bottom of it, it shows you an Apple symbol.
Yeah. Funnily enough, I had that it was a PowerBook 3400. Which was released February 1997 with a 1.3 gig hard drive as standard.
What?
And I found one on eBay for 145 quid. If you just want to throw your fucking money away, if you want to throw your money away, listeners, give us £1 a month, right? Just do that.
We will entertain you more than an old PC.
Patreon.com/100 things. Do that, right? Instead of this. But yeah, fucking hell.
I know. Who wants that one banger?
Alison Janney, previous episode, Drop Dead Gorgeous, as I've said. She's really good in I, Tonya, which I couldn't believe this. Brilliant. She won the Oscar for that. She was a young figure skater herself till she sliced her leg ligaments at a party falling through a door at the age of 17.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
No wonder she's so bloody bitter than that then. She was brilliant though, isn't she?
She was good. She
was good. You the footage of her man though, it's actually quite uncanny.
Looked and acted like her. She speaks Patrick Verona. She calls him Kangaroo Boy, which is obviously a fucking joke about the fact he's Australian. She says he was in trouble for getting his penis out and showing it to the lunch lady. And he said, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. It was a bratwurst. The first documented evidence of the bratwurst in Germany dates to 1313 in Nuremberg.
Yeah, well, I've just got it as the region that eventually became Eastern Germany.
There you go. Nuremberger Bratwurst and Nuremberger Rostbratwurst have protected geographical indications. Yeah, just like the battered Mars bar, John.
Oh, I
assume it has. Anyway. Kangaroo Boy, Kangaroo Facts, top speed of 56 kilometres per hour, and they will live up to 23 years old.
And they can fight like fuck.
They can fight like fuck. Boxing pricks.
I know.
I love her line, Bratwurst, aren't we the optimist? She changes the word member for Bratwurst in a sexy little novel.
That's right. Reaches for his throbbing Bratwurst.
We meet Michael, who's showing him all the cliques. Did you recognise this Michael kid, by the way?
Yeah, well, I recognise him from Addams Family.
Oh, is he the little dweeby kid that goes out with Wednesday? Fucking hell, mate, what a deep cut that is.
Right. Yeah.
It's maybe not, but I never put those two together. I recognised him as the kid that helped Santa in the Santa Claus film.
Oh, fuck, sure he is,
yeah. And I think he might have dreadlocks in that.
He's got attitude, doesn't he? He's wee ringlets in his eyes. So is,
right, okay, got you. Yeah, okay. Just explains why he's happy to work at Christmas.
Sure that.
He says there's the white rasters, which we'll briefly come to later, I was kind of okay with because they were funny. The cowboys, and there's one of them eating a tin of beans, just eating away at a tin of beans,
And now I
and they're
well
like
after.
suing, and I was like, fuck off. And Bogey Lowenstein started a rumour that I buy my iZods at an outlet mall. Now, it's not very often I hear a sentence in a film and I have no idea what any of those words actually mean.
Yeah.
So, again, I really struggled here. iZods polo shirts for preppy kids, apparently. The only thing I could find is that they were really dear, and the joke is, that's the joke, you wouldn't get them at the outlet mall.
Right, okay.
But also, iZods are a British fountain pen manufacturer. Again, I assume for preppy kids. I don't know. I don't know.
Zod knows.
Zod is the follow-up to I, Tonya.
Kneel before I Zod!
I mean, why on earth would Zod need to get somebody with a...
with that pen?
Yeah. With a pen. I mean, fucking hell, these films write themselves.
That show writes itself.
Christ, it has to, unfortunately.
You didn't write any jokes today.
Yeah. Hey, on this subject, why are they continuing to give people money to write these Marvel films after that Quantum Mania thing? By the way, I finally got around to watching Quantum Mania. It took me a week to get through it.
It's a mess.
It is the most boring, nasal gazing shit. Like Ant-Man is meant to be funny. The funniest
one was good.
Funniest character in the whole thing
and
is Hank Pym.
Aye.
The funniest character in it is Michael Douglas, for fuck's sake.
Aye, that's crazy, isn't it?
I would love to see a renaissance of Michael Douglas just doing comedy.
Well, was that not maybe a platform for the, is it John Mayer's character, that bloody...
Right, listeners, sorry, you skip forward probably about 30 seconds if you don't want to hear me fucking going off on one. So, that MODOK character, I get the MODOK character, and I know what he looks like, and I've even watched a bit of that MODOK show on Disney+. It's okay. It's fun enough. I think it's the comedian whose wife died, the chubby little guy out of King of Queens. Not Kevin James, the other one.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's him does the voice. And he's great. He's fantastic. He's really, really good.
Patton Oswalt or something? Or...
Patton Oswalt, yeah. So I think it's Patton Oswalt anyway. Either him or the kid that plays Gene in Bob's Burgers. But that fucking MODOK thing just looks like dog shit.
Aye,
it looked like... It looked like nothing we've seen in the last 20 years.
Aye, it wasn't
Twister looked better.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? How old is Twister? That looked better.
I know, I don't know what they're trying to do, but apparently they're saying the same about the next film.
Oh, no. Just burn it to the fucking...
The CGI lets it all down, so get back to practical effects, man. That's what I want.
Well, I guess it's difficult when you're in a fucking quantum zone. But do a mix, do a bit of some and a bit of the other. And
true.
Oh, true. Fucking hell. Anyway, sorry, listeners.
Right.
Somewhere I've got notes. Yeah, right. So Bogey Lowenstein's... but Bogey Lowenstein we see doing bits. Like, he's just this posh kid. Yeah. But I assume they're all posh kids, because it's... How fucking... they do golf. They do archery.
That school looked amazing. It looked like bloody Hogwarts. It had so many flyers in it. It was unbelievable. But apparently it was originally supposed to be a luxury hotel.
Oh, right, wow.
That's why it looks so flamboyant and over the top. It was beautiful, though.
While we're on the subject, there's not a single studio shot in this film. Everything is filmed on location.
Yeah. Even the weirdest thing is when they're panning into the window, did you notice when they're panning and she's sitting reading a book, but it pans through the window? But you could blatantly see that the window pane was removed.
Yes.
You could see the actual brown wood where they'd actually taken the frame off. I'm like, bloody hell, I thought somebody would have painted that.
Good spot. I hope somebody got fired for that blunder. Joseph Gordon-Levitt fancies baby Stratford, right? So these girls are called Stratford. She's called Bianca or something. Alex Mack. Did you ever watch a moment of Alex Mack? I think I was too old for it.
Nah.
No, I think she might be a racist or something now. I don't know. I'm not sure. But she's talking about liking her Skechers, but loving her Prada backpack.
Oh yeah.
And her mate, Chastity, all right, says, "Oh, I love my sketches." She said, "That's because you don't have a Prada backpack." I'm like, "Oh man, fuck off, kids, and
I
fuck
know.
off product placement." By the way,
I know.
Skechers, founded in 1992, it is the third largest footwear manufacturer in the US. And old people trainers.
Aye, I know Jamie Redknapp's trying to flog him like a dead horse, but he's like, "Oh, I wear mines all the time." Bullshit.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. You
Bullshit.
do. I bet you don't wear them when you stood
When
at
you're
the
at the
fucking pitch side.
Exactly. Nah,
Rio Ferdinand, him
I'm not
slagging you
buying
off.
it. They're comfy as shit, but
Have you got a pair? Like,
no.
I was gonna say they definitely are old man shoes if you've got a pair.
No, I've not got a pair. That's how bad it is. I'm still in my Vans, big man. Video Vans.
Oh man, we should get you some video Vans. That would be
Video
amazing.
Vans.
I don't think Nigel can make those. Prada backpack, the nylon, nylon, medium backpack on Prada.com, 1,680 quid.
Oh man, get me two.
I mean, fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. In English class, the teacher is the kid out of Galaxy Quest.
Yes.
He is, isn't he?
Yes,
He's
aye,
the kid.
aye. You're not being
Switches the
racist.
side of the thing. Thank
You're not
fuck
being
for that.
racist.
Thank fuck for that. And when Kat makes a comment on Hemingway, I've written Hemingway, not again, because we've done it.
Yep.
Joey calls her a dried out old hag. The teacher, pipe down there, Chachi. It's great because he looks like
It does look like Scott Beale.
I was going to say he looks like every Italian American actor ever, but yes, okay, that
He looks like Bugsy Malone. So Scott Beale played Chachi from 1977 to 1984 to the bitter end, big man.
Yeah.
And did they know that Joni Loves Chachi spin-off?
It got cancelled and they dragged them back in. Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely. Yeah, his first episode was Hollywood Happy Days, and he married Joni Cunningham in the last episode.
Oh,
Yeah, and ooey, he looked just like Buddy Holly.
they really did.
I always think of the Simpsons thing is, it's like Chachi. What's a Chachi? Well, I can finally tell you, the Chachi people are indigenous to Ecuador. The Chachi dialect is spoken in Chachach, a Punjab part of Pakistan.
Right.
And all your facts that you just gave us about Chachi are cola. Not to be confused with red cola.
Chachi or cola.
Chachi or cola.
Chachi
Fucking
Pepsi.
love red cola, by the way.
Eh?
I love red cola.
God, I've not had any of that in years.
They've ruined it, man. I bet they've ruined it with a sugar tax.
Probably.
I bet it tastes like shite. Anyway, Kat wants to talk Sylvia Plath. More about her later. The teacher wants to know why her girl group won't put pressure on the PTA to buy them a book written by a black man. The two white rastas go, "That's right, Mon." Goes, "Don't get me started on you two."
That's right.
Brilliant.
We need more books about white privileged girls, don't we? That's not brilliant.
Yeah. Oh, when you're campaigning for more luncheon meat or whatever you white girls like so much. It's a great line. So he's quite a well written character. He's got some really good lines.
Nah, he's good.
He sends Kat to the office. Mrs. Perky, is she talking to I think like the nurse or something? What's another word for engorged?
That's right.
I'll look it up. Kat's here. We learn that she kicked Bobby Ridgway in the balls previously. And she says, well, no, I think he might have kicked himself in the balls. Joey in the grounds talking with his mate about getting involved with Bianca at the same time as Cameron doing the same with Michael. He spots her and she's so attractive. Michael explains she's looking for a French tutor. And that's his in spite of the fact he doesn't speak French.
But he's fluent in French.
Oh, is he? Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
He's fluent in French, aye.
Very good.
One thing I did learn, I was doing something about, was it Third Rock from
the Sun? Yeah.
Yeah, so I was looking that up, but apparently he's fluent in French.
Now, I think that's probably one I could go back to. It's probably one that never makes you sad.
Aye, so it's my Cheers. I watch Cheers every day. Well, every morning. Although, more and more I watch, I'm thinking, man, maybe Sam is a predator.
Oh, so, yeah, Sam's a monster. Sam's an
He's a monster.
absolute monster.
I can go back to Third Rock anytime because it's
Yeah.
I
Do you know
can't do King of Queens. I fucking hate that bastard.
Oh, we watched him recently in Becky. Have you seen Becky? That's on Netflix at the minute.
Oh, aye,
It's
aye.
like a white supremacist guy
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
out of prison and hunts his family down. He's pretty good in that.
Aye.
He's pretty. Yeah, I don't think you'd hate. I mean, you would hate the character because he's white supremacist, but I don't think you'd hate that quite so much. The kid's quite a good actor as well, and it's got that massive French guy from that one fight in that Guy Ritchie Sherlock Holmes film. You know,
the big tall guy.
Fighting him,
Yeah.
fighting him in the shipyard. Because as I turned to Rachel, I went, he's out of a Sherlock Holmes film, possibly the second one. And she's like, how do you remember even a fucking second of those films? I'm like, I don't know.
I know. They meld together, and they're making another one apparently.
Are they?
Right. Yeah.
With that accent?
Yep.
Oh no, I hated that accent. Oh man. Anyway, Michael nearly gets hit by Kat on his little scooter thing. She nearly runs into him, and he says, "Oh yeah," he says, "That's the Shrew," and they're like, "Oh right, okay," because it's Taming of the Shrew. Got you. Okay.
They had to work it in.
Absolutely. Patrick Verona is named after where the Taming of the Shrew is set, Verona in Italy. It's almost the same storyline as this, but there's probably a couple less scar covers in Shakespeare's version, I think.
Yeah.
The 1967 film version with Richard Burton, dear boy, and Liz Taylor. A Shrew characterised as an unpleasant, ill-tempered woman and characterised by scolding, nagging, and aggression.
Ooh,
Of course it
Lord.
A Shrew, small mole-like animals that look like mice but aren't from the rodent family. There you go.
they
Come
get
here
back
for all
to
your
it.
Shrew facts. What? Shrewish women or shrews?
Shrews.
Shrewsbury. Oh, I could have gone one more there and done Shrewsbury, in spite of the fact it's pronounced Shrewsbury.
True story.
This is why people don't listen, John. This is why they don't listen.
Because the joke's on the landing.
Because it's just no. I wish you were a shrew. I wish you were an old hag. Oh, you are.
Obvious. Fuck you.
He drives his scooter down this ditch before jumping to his feet in front of the crowd, and they're all going, "Yeah, well done, you fucking Santa man." Yeah. There's loads happens in this, by the way. And watch it for the second time today. It's lots of little, really short scenes, kind of not really connected, and it's quite tiring to do. We now see how rich the sisters are. The house has 2 balconies, and they're listening to Spiderbait Calypso, which, by the way, John, I've got to say, is one of those albums that I know I've got behind me. That particular one is called Ivy and the Big Apples. Made it to number 13 in Australia and nowhere else because Aussie music was really, really insular in the 90s.
Pretty much, aye.
You didn't get any of it here until like the early 2000s. It was much, much later.
Yeah, when young Einstein hit the VHS, we all went, "Oh, they listen to music."
Christ. What was the other Yahoo Serious film that wasn't young Einstein? There was a Ned Kelly one, wasn't there?
Aye, there was. With him just traipsing about, wasn't it? God, remember Yahoo series? Jesus Christ.
I recognise those words, but not in that order. Kat's reading the bell jar, and Dad comes in. "Hello, Katrina. Make anybody cry today?" I'm like, I love you so much.
It's so good.
I love you so much. Kat has a letter from Sarah Lawrence. I don't know why she's writing to her. She got into that school. Dad wants her to go to a school here. Go Huskies. Bianca wants to date Joe. Yeah, he's going. Bianca wants to date Joey. The rule is no dating until you graduate. He's a surgeon or a doctor, and he's delivered a baby to a 15-year-old. You know what she said? She said, "I should have listened to my father." No, she didn't. Well, yeah, but if she wasn't on drugs, she might have done. Great, loads of little throwaway lines because he's such a good actor.
He really is. You're good for this? Nah, it's good company.
Yeah. He says, right, new rule. Bianca can date when Kat does. And that way, she said, but Cat will never date. And then I'll sleep at night. The deep slumber of a father whose daughters aren't out being impregnated. Which, again, mwah.
He's fucking good, isn't he?
He is indeed. He's the only one that comes back for the TV show. That's right, John. The 2009-2010 10 Things I Hate About You TV show.
What?
Who looked at this 10 years later and went,
Yeah,
let's make a telly program?
God.
Because nobody looked at it and went, I'm going to watch that telly program.
I think it got cancelled in the second year.
Yeah, one series. Sarah Lawrence College. It's a real place, John, in Bronxville, New York.
New York.
Famous alumni. You can call him Jay or you can call him JJ, but please don't call him Lens Flare Abrams. Carly Simon and Vera Wang.
Oh, God. They used to look her.
Wang.
You said Wang. Didn't be that.
Not to be confused with the 80s computers.
The Wing Wangs.
You remember Wang computers?
No.
Wang computers, they used to sponsor Oxford United's football shirts when Oxford were in the first division.
God, imagine your mum coming around and said, right, get the wank off. I want to play with my wang.
JGL is trying to learn French so he can teach Bianca's first lesson. He says we can start with French food. We could eat some together Saturday night.
Smooth.
Yeah,
Smooth.
but she's like, sorry, what's your name? Oh, fucking hell. She explains she can date when Kat does. He's like, oh, that's easy. She's like, no, she used to be popular, but then she gave it up. Nobody knows why.
Yeah.
He says, I bet I could find someone to date her. Michael gets together this group of utter fucking mutants, by the way. This short list.
Oh, they're fucking morons.
How does it work, right? If this was a film about getting do you know what I mean? Like turning the girl into the good-looking kind of like the preppy girl into the princess or whatever.
You mean she's all that? No, that sort of thing.
Kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing. She, like these lads here, if they were girls, would be just like have glasses on, have their hair tied back. They'd be like Kirsty for the gym. Do you know what I mean?
Aye. Yeah.
Obviously, when Kirsty's finished at the gym, she takes her glasses off
And
she
then
flicks her hair down, and she's a 10. Do you know what I mean?
10, back to 10, aye.
Yeah, so it would kind of be like, I don't know why while I'm being nice to her. She didn't even fucking listen, and you're not going to tell her. So,
nah,
but
I tell her the good things. I tell her the bad things as well. Just say, Plenty hates you.
Yeah, 10 things he hates about you, you little shit.
Plenty hates you, and he's my best pal. That's what I say to her all the time.
There are no lies here, John. JGL says picks Patrick, right? And again, Patrick Verona. So the rumours are he did a year at San Quentin and sold his own liver on the black market. There's a bit later on where they're in a bar, and Mike's like, should you be drinking alcohol if you don't have a liver?
I don't have a liver. I looked this up, and I don't know why I did it. My search history is going to be fucking investigated. But I was looking up how much it would cost or how much it would be to sell one of my kidneys. Right? So I came across a story, and the story is of these guys somewhere in Europe, and they sold one of their kidneys for $2,500, right? I know, very cheap in it.
Doesn't feel worth it.
It's no, because see when you go, if you are looking to pay for an illegal one, if you is going to get one on the black market, it would cost anywhere between $80,000 and $200,000 to get that procedure. So they're selling it for $2,000, and people are selling it on for a hell of a markup.
I think I'll just keep it.
I would.
$2,500.
I would.
I think I've got $2,500 worth of stuff in the house I can sell in a heartbeat.
Without having to sell a liver?
Collectibles and shit, yeah, absolutely. Without having to sell something that I need.
And you need to travel to get it done? No.
They might send a taxi. I don't know.
Or deliver.
Deliveroo. Deliveroo. Very good, John.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
San Quentin Prison in California opened in 1854, and the last execution there was 2006. Johnny Cash at San Quentin was a 1969 nice live album. B.B. King did the same, 1990, and won a Grammy for it.
What?
It's also where previously mentioned character Scott Lang served his time,
Ooh.
Ant-Man, and Cletus Cassidy.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Again, those Venom films aren't as good as the people that make those Venom films think they are.
No.
Like,
Cletus.
oh man, they're just not that funny.
Okay.
Fantastic cast. What great casting.
No, no.
And the blonde bit out of Dawson's Creek. I don't rate her at all. Everyone loves her.
By the way, there's no chemistry between the two. It's so awkward.
No, there isn't. No, there isn't.
It's
And
horrible.
I'm going to argue it's not just those two. I don't think she's got chemistry with anybody in anything I've ever seen her in.
Well, that was Heath Ledger's missus, wasn't it?
Oh, so it was. It all
Yeah,
comes back around.
so
Maybe he had
must have-
chemistry with her.
Must have chemistry, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, he was highly medicated at the time, wasn't he? So
I think I'd have to be to have a conversation with her. Anyway, that's not very
I don't
nice.
want to wait. I do.
If you do wait, we'll talk about that later. I'm being particularly awful to actors today. I don't know why. I think I'm just lashing out. I don't know why.
Aye.
Got a lot on. When Joseph Gordon-Levitt approaches him in Wood class, he drills a hole in this French textbook. And when they then take the textbook into the next class, it's a massive hole as if they've drilled, like, there's a massive drill bit on the end.
It's
But it was
okay.
just a normal, like, drill bit.
Normal
I'm
drill.
like, okay, I hope someone got 5 for that blunder. They decide to get Joey to help. He's rich, so he's going to want to help. Michael suggests that they pay Patrick. He dates Kat, and then that means Bianca is free for Joey. Joey approaches Patrick and offers to pay him $50, and $50, and we got a deal, Fabio. This guy gets nothing but fucking stick, and rightly so. He says to Michael, "What are you getting out of this deal?" He says, "Oh, I'll be cool by association," and that's me knowing you. I'm cool by association. He says, "Oh, he's kind of going over what it will cost to go to the cinema with her." He's like $15 for the $5 for a ticket, and then he's like, and $15 for popcorn. I was like,
Popcorn,
what?
and then if she wants nachos or something like that, it's like
She wants raisinets.
Raisinets,
But
that's
I
it.
didn't, and it's only you saying that now. Raisinets has come to mind. If we only get to 99, it's because I didn't do raisinets.
Oh,
AMC's prices last year: a small popcorn $6.09 to $7.09, depending on where it is. This is dollars. Or a large popcorn $8.10 to $9.09. So it's approximately £5 for the small and £6.50 for the large. I've only ever had popcorn at the cinema once in about 5 years. Is that what we pay?
I'll be honest with you. I've brought on my own supply.
I always take my own stuff in if I take anything at all. But I've only had popcorn once recently, and it was just so disappointing.
It's not a climax, isn't it?
Fabio, of course, John, was the Italian model that looks like Ron Perlman in that Beauty and the Beast TV series.
Oh, God, aye.
Yeah. Or the main BG in a filter. In 1999, he did a PR job for Busch Gardens' Apollo's Chariot ride and sat in the front row only to get hit in the face by a goose, covering him in blood. I don't know if it's his or the goose. Fabio has been the spokesperson for I Can't Believe It's Not Butter since 1994 in the US.
What?
I can tell the difference between I Can't Believe It's Not Butter and real butter. No, you can't, Mr. Fabio. Nobody can.
Exactly. And we got Johnny Rotten.
Yes, indeed. And he plays the Pope in Sharknado 5 Global Swarming.
Oh, Jesus. They're still going.
Global Swarming.
I wonder if Tara Reid's still in them.
What else is she in? So, yes. I know she got killed in the last... I think she might have got killed in the last one I saw. Or she got a leg eaten or something.
Yeah, but it'll be a
don't know if
multiverse.
that
It'll
was
be a
that one.
multiverse, and they'll bring another version out.
Oh, Shark of... anyway, yeah.
One where Lebowski does find an ATM and does pay her $2,000 for a blowjob.
Nice. We see Kat playing soccer here. She's on the Yellow Jackets soccer team, by the way.
Yeah, seen that.
I was like, but I love these Adidas shirts they've got on. They're so like 90s retro. I had a yellow Adidas Romania one in the mid 90s. It was great. Pat approaches Kat and she's just not into him. Next day, he follows Kat to a music store, and when Joey parks his car blocking her in, she just rams him, put a massive hole in the bodywork. Dad's furious. My insurance doesn't cover PMS. And I'm like, okay, you're a doctor. You should know better. They argue, but his beeper goes off and he has to leave. We're not doing beepers. At school, Joey approaches Pat and explains he wants results for his $50. He ups his price to $100 per date.
All right. Great, right?
And of course, Joey has to go with that. Michael and Joseph Gordon-Levitt explain that they set it all up, that they intend to get Bianca. They also explain Bogey Lobenstein is having a party and he should take Kat before getting new flyers printed up and dropping them. It's a good shot, that, from the dropping the in slow motion to Air's Sexy Boy.
Yeah.
Hey? That's a
tune, isn't it? That's a tune.
Absolutely.
Oh, they all got to number 13 in the UK singles chart.
All right. Oh, well spotted. It was silver. But it did get to number 11 in the stupid Sexy Boy Flanders Ultra Pop chart.
And Sexy Scotland.
All right. Okay. Scotland's sexy chart. Well, it's an independent Scotland, so we can have our own sexy boy chart. Moon Safari, by the way, top 100 album for me. It really is. I have listened to that album so much. Kelly Watch the Stars, Remember. Oh, yes. I'm going to listen to that tonight. It's one of those I think I've fallen asleep to a lot. You know, it's one you can put on in the background.
I like them.
Joey's showing Bianca these headshots. I love this, by the way. Yeah. He's like, which one do you prefer? It's the same thing, but he's got a black shirt on and one he's got a white shirt on. And she says, the white, it looks more pensive. And his reply is, oh, I was going for thoughtful. And it's funny because they mean the same thing. Later, Bianca's talking to Joseph Gordon-Levitt about getting inside Kat's head to help them. He makes a suggestion that she could be gay. She says she's not gay because she had a picture of Jared Leto on her drawer once.
And she doesn't listen to K.D. Lang. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, I was kind of like, in 2023, those are really laboured kind of stereotypes.
They're done, aren't they? Constant Craving by K.D. Lang is the most famous popular song, just so you know.
Look at you with the music facts. Fantastic.
Yeah, boy.
I very nearly did some Dr. Michael Morbius facts. Jesus, all we're doing is slagging off Marvel films today, but have you seen that one?
What, the
Morbius? Doctor Who in it? Yeah, you seen that?
It's bad.
It is the worst of them. It makes Quantum Mania look like
watchable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Matt Smith was the only good bloody thing in it.
He's not even that good. No, the best thing in it was what's his name out of Mad Men? Richard Harris's son.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. Jared Harris. Jared. He doesn't look like a Jared, does he?
Nah.
He doesn't look like a totally tubular Jared. I do as well. Still, that's why we won't watch Mad Men again. I can't go through that. I can't go through watching England win the World Cup in a pub. I mean, obviously I could. I try every 4 years, and then 2 episodes later, getting him down from fucking hell. I can't even talk about it.
It's Jojo Rabbit hour again.
Yeah, worse because it's how heavy he is. In a bar talking to Patrick, don't touch anything, you'll get hepatitis. They're giving him the lowdown. She doesn't like smokers, and she likes really pretty guys. Are you saying I ain't a pretty guy?
Shrew, blimey, mate.
And then there's this other awful bit I didn't like. She likes angry indie rock of the female persuasion. Oh, so I've got to sit and pretend I like listening to chicks who can't play guitars. I wasn't okay with that. It's kind of like, they convince him to go to Club Skunk tomorrow. The smell out of our back bedroom window. I think next door neighbours are always in Club Skunk.
So good eye.
Yeah. Her favourite band are playing. It's Letters to Cleo, or Canada's premier No Doubt tribute band.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that's bloody Murphy No Doubt.
He meets Kat there, tells her he's quit smoking and that he likes the band, but they're not like Band X that she likes. And she's
like, the raincoat system, isn't it?
Oh, you're sexy. He asks her to Bogey's party, and she doesn't say no. The night of the party, Dad explains he'll let Bianca go as long as Kat goes, but no kissing, drinking, or ritual animal slaughters.
Standard practice.
He's like, oh no, now I'm giving you ideas.
That was good.
The outside of Bogey's is like a scene of spilling zombies, like in that Days Gone game.
Aye,
Like they're just going on mass. But the inside is like these 6 preppy lads with cigars. And the door goes, he goes, oh, that must be Nigel with the brie. And then the door gets kicked in.
Wait, Nigel with the brie at the front, running about with the brie.
Brie is a soft cow's cheese named after the French region of Camembert. It's pasteurised by law in Australia and USA, but not in Europe because fuck living a long life.
Nobody wants that noise.
Brie isn't a protected name because it's the style of cheese, and it takes an average of 5 to 6 weeks to age a brie.
Nice.
But John, that's not all. Brie Larson is allergic to cats.
Oh, man.
I spent probably about 20 minutes looking through Brie Larson facts, and there is nothing interesting about her.
Yeah, she's...
There's nothing interesting about the woman. She's not a bad actor. She's great in those few episodes of Community she's in. And she's pretty good as Captain. I don't know why everyone hates Captain Marvel. I think because it's a girls' film. Not a girls' film, but it's like, look, black people that wanted a superhero got their Black Panther movie, right? Mm-hmm. White people that wanted a superhero movie got all the other superhero movies. Girls finally got a superhero movie in the shape of Captain Marvel, and white men just went, that's fucking shit. I like it. It's got a great soundtrack. It's a fantastic soundtrack.
And it's got a blockbuster in it. It's got a blockbuster.
It's got a blockbuster in it. And it's got a cat that's not a cat. Like a flugel or something, a schnoogel or something.
You got to see how Nick Fury got his...
lost his eye. And it's this great comedy thing throughout with the whole thing. Yeah. It was certainly funnier than that first episode of Secret Invasion that I watched the other day.
I've not seen it. Is it no good?
It's very serious.
Is it?
Oh, it's very serious. Stop making it serious. On the bright side, they blow Halifax up, so you know.
Nice.
Yeah, it's what we all fucking want.
It's all it deserves.
It's really weird because there's lots filmed in London, and you watch it and you're going, oh, that's London. And then all of a sudden, they walk around a corner and the colour of the stone changes, and you're like, well, that's West Yorkshire sandstone. I'm thinking that. Nobody else that's watching it is thinking that. That's the fucking piece all there. And Rachel's like, oh, that looks nice. We can go there. And at the end of the episode, I was, don't think we can anymore. Because I'm funny.
Yes, you are.
Funny looking. Hey. It's a busy old party with Word Up by Cameo, featuring heavily. 1986 single, massive hit, number 12 in Canada, 10 John Ware.
In the Netherlands?
The Netherlands.
Oh, yes.
Number 6 in the US, number 3 in the UK, and number 1 in New Zealand.
Of course.
Today I learned the lead singer of Cameo is called Larry Blackmon.
Shut up.
Birth name, I am not kidding. Astonished by that fact. There's a lot of big collars in this scene, by the way. The size of the shirt collars.
Oh, it's wings and everything. Isn't it?
Jesus, yeah. Joey's talking about these adverts he's done to Bianca, and he's really vapid. He just keeps doing like these same moves and things. He says he's doing a hemorrhoid cream ad next week. Preparation H, £4.60 a tube at boots.com, listeners. Get it up your Jaxie.
Was that not promoted by Joey Tribbiani?
It was. Was there also one about... there was one about him having the clap or something. Yeah. NHS.UK tells us that hemorrhoids or piles, Johnny Giles, are lumps in your bum. To prevent piles, drink lots of fluid and eat fibre.
I just got told not to sit on a cold surface.
I was also told not to sit on a cold surface. It's quite enough of that. That's just silly.
Enough of your lumpy bum, please.
For something completely different. Cat gets hammered and dances on a table to Biggie's Hypnotise.
Yeah,
which
she does all right as well.
Yes, she's got the moves. She hits her head on this. It says chandelier on the subtitles. It just looked like the things that you got in your kitchen. You know, like in the 80s and 90s, yeah.
There's one with the curly cord that you can actually move up and down. Ding.
Patrick catches her and takes her outside. He tells her not to go to sleep. As he's carrying her out at the party, he explains to Joseph Gordon-Levitt that although Bianca's at the party with Joey, he should still go for her. Biggie's Hypnotize, released in 1997, 4 days before he was shot dead.
Jesus.
Platinum in the US and the UK. And John, in the last 2 episodes, we've talked about Tupac being killed and Biggie being killed.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Running theme.
Biggie, couldn't you see someone was trying to shoot you in the face? Why shouldn't you go to sleep when you have a concussion? According to medical news today, medical experts once warned people should stay awake if they had a concussion. They base this advice on the theory that sleeping with a concussion can cause a person to fall into a coma or even die. However, medical experts now agree that it's safe for a person to sleep if they have a concussion.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't take the chance, would you? You wouldn't go, oh, have you hit your head? Go to sleep, little boy.
Smelly. Oh, right. I'm going to go and smelly cats, though.
Joey offers to take Bianca to a further party, but she needs to be home soon. Instead, he takes Chastity. We hear this all to the Thompsons twins. Hold me now.
Oh, remember them?
Yeah, because we did it for the Wedding Singer episode, John. So we're not doing that. But what I can tell you is Thompson and Thompson appeared in 20 of 24 Tintin books. But, John, they are not twins. Their surnames are spelt differently.
Oh, fuck a duck.
Why must 80s bands lie to us?
I used to love the Thompson twins as well. No, I don't.
Yeah.
And fuck you, Kajagugu.
Oh, that's not fair. They're too shy.
Aye, do I?
You getting annoyed at 80s bands, it's just the never-ending story.
Oh, fuck off.
He was in Kajagugu, wasn't he? Lamal.
Lamal. With that Pat Sharp mullet.
It was quite sharp, yeah. Pat drives Kat home, and she admits he isn't as vile as she at first thought he was, which is kind of sweet. She leans in for a kiss, but he says another time. She storms off. Bianca and JGL arrive home. They have a bit of a snog. On Monday at school, they're all talking about how great Kat was dancing on the table.
Right.
And the teacher raps a sonnet, which I thought was pretty cool.
Aye, no, it was good.
Because 24 years later, I'm 43 years old and an old bastard. And I think things are cool that probably aren't.
You love a good sonnet.
I do, yeah. He asked them to write their own. Kat asks if he wants it in lambic pentameters, which is easy for me to say. A lambic pentameter is a rhyming style in writing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like Bold Italic?
Like Sanskrit. It was introduced in English writing by Chaucer, who I think, is he not Heath Ledger's mate in that other film?
Oh.
In A Knight's Tale. Is he not the naked one? Jeff Chaucer, whatever he's called.
Aye. Was that Paul Bettany?
Paul Bettany, yeah. In the 14th century, and some of Shakespeare's sonnets use this, or all of Shakespeare's sonnets use it. She likes the assignment, but she's usually complaining about assignments, so the teacher doesn't believe her and sends her to the principal.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah. Michael chats up this last with a line from Macbeth. She's like the friend, and she's really kind of into it. There's a lot of kind of like, milady, and I'm like, Michael speaks to Kat, and she hates Pat with the fire of 1,000 suns, she says. Kat pulls down a poster for this prom, which is called Blasting Off to 2000.
I did that a couple of times.
Of course you did.
I thought the Millennium Bug was an STI.
It was for you. In the year 2000, NASA's 100th shuttle, Discovery, took off on October the 11th, 2000. Also, Expedition 1 took the first crew to the International Space Station on November the 2nd.
God, exciting times in space.
Absolutely. In space!
Isn't it amazing?
Yes, indeed. There's this montage to Wings of a Dove, right? Which ends up with the teacher getting shot with the arrow in archery class.
Yes.
Joey pays Pat $300 to take Kat to the prom. We see him watching her play guitar in the music shop, but doesn't approach her. He approaches her in the bookshop, but she's having none of it. She's still furious at him. He pays a guy in the audio-visual club to let him use the sound system on the pitch. He takes the microphone and sings "You're Too Good to Be True" by Frankie Valli. And the marching band get involved, and I like that. I like that.
I
Yeah.
liked it.
She looks like she's into it as well until he gets tackled by security.
Well, he's starting to slap in the ass.
Yeah.
Slapping the ass.
And all I could think of here was Janie's got a gun. She's got a gun.
That's right. That's brilliant. I forgot about that. That was so good. I'm not going to go. That was so good.
Tackle her at the ground. It's brilliant. And then I thought, is serenading someone an arrestable offence in America? You can't even proclaim love for somebody through the medium of song these days, or you'll end up in jail. When did this come in? Can't Take My Eyes Off of You by Frankie Valli is a 1967 song written by Bob Crew and Bob Guadio. They're not twins because their names are spelt differently. Frankie Valli made number 1 in the US and number 2 in Canada. And it's had so many covers. Pet Shop Boys, The Lettermen, Morton Harkett from Aha, which I think is the Partridge cover band, and Andy Williams.
Jesus.
I didn't think he was going to do Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, and then BAM! Yeah.
Done. He took his eyes off him.
He did. Yeah, it's the worst thing you can do, mate. Wings of a Dove by Madness. We don't get a lot of Madness on this podcast, so I had to highlight it. This one was released in 1982, charted at number 1 in Ireland. Who would have thought? And number 2 in the UK. If you want to hear me talking about Embarrassment by Madness with Tom from Everything We Learned from The Simpsons, scroll back through your feed, find Facts and Lies and Rock and Roll. It's a little 14-minute episode. A lot of fun.
As opposed to this?
Yeah, well, which is a fucking hour and a half episode of shite.
It's your shite. It's your shite.
Indeed, it is our shite. It is. It's our Wikipedia and Google shite. He's in detention. This teacher takes some pot off a kid and Cheetos from another one. I'm taking this too, which is kind of funny.
Cheetos was invented in 1948, right? But then it come to the UK until 1990. Why is that?
We had Watsits, didn't need them.
I suppose, but still though, they've got Twisted Flaming Hot. It's bloody brilliant.
Yeah, have you watched that that film about the guy that invented the Flaming Hot Cheetos yet?
No.
It's on Disney, I think.
What's it called?
Flaming Hot or something. It's like the guy who invented the BlackBerry. I haven't watched that yet either. It's meant to be good. And the Air Jordans as well.
Yeah.
It's the year of that. It's the year of those films, isn't it?
Yeah. Everything else has been done, so we might as well see how it was invented.
Indeed. Kat comes in to talk to the teacher about the soccer team, but it's just a distraction to get Patrick out of detention. Just when he's about to look round, she shows him her boobs, which I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah, that worked.
And they go out on a pedalo. She doesn't want to live up to others' expectations. She doesn't want to disappoint people. He says, you screwed up because you never disappointed me.
Smooth. Yeah. As smooth as that boat ride, considering one's gone 10 to a dozen and one's gone really slow. I know how they boats work. They'd have been going around in circles.
Yeah. In 2007, England cricket's Andrew Flintoff was banned from playing for England after getting drunk on a tour of the West Indies and commandeering a pedalo at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Brilliant. Legend.
Absolutely legend. What a nice guy. They go to this early paintball thing where you just throw bags of paint at people.
Do you know what? I'm like, is that a thing? Because that looked more dangerous than paintball. Because he was getting it fucking. He was hoofing.
He was, right in her face. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Face.
Duncan, man, I cannot see. I've drunk too much and I'm off for a drive. Like, man,
I cannot see. I'm like, oh god. So I was looking at this. I looked that up. There is no such thing as throwing it with hand, but it's legal to own a paintball gun in the UK, so you can just run about blinding people left, right, and centre.
It's like what's the airsoft guns?
Oh,
they're illegal as well. You can own like up to 3 of those, I think.
What the hell?
Lad I used to work with had one.
Take out at least one zombie with 60 million shots.
Pepper in the skull. They snog in this hay bale, which I think looks really fucking uncomfortable. And we learn all the stories about Patrick are fake, but that he hates peas. That's true. He asks her to the prom. She says no, but he pushes it. What's in it for you? Nothing, just the pleasure of your company. She storms off for about the 15th time in the film.
I know, it's a bit weird. That's a bit of a strange bit of the film. I'm like, why the hell has she picked up on that?
Yeah. Dad refuses to let Bianca go to the prom because of those damn Dawson's River kids. sleeping with everyone.
Dawson's River.
Dawson's Creek, 6 seasons and 128 episodes. Now, I know I watched the entire first series and possibly the second one, but I can't tell you what it was about. Dawson wanted to shag Joey.
That's all I got for it.
And did someone's parents die and the older brother had to look after the 4 younger kids?
No, is that no part of 5?
Oh, yeah, shit. That'll explain that. I've kind of written Lacey shit that it was one of the kids. Yeah, fuck. But so, why is it called Dawson's Creek? Did Dawson own the creek?
I know, it's just a bit weird.
American listeners, who am I buying a stretch of water off?
I was realised that it was obsessed when she kept talking about it, and I just kept saying this is absolute fucking horseshit. But
did you say, I don't want to wait for this episode to be over?
No,
I'm going off down the pub.
I was like, no, shove it. Right, yeah, creek.
I'm just saying, man, if you own the creek, do you own the water? Nobody owns the water, it's God's water. What if there's a naked girl in the creek? That girl's not yours. You don't own the girl. It's a kind of bastardized line out of Super Troopers. A much better film than this. A much better episode than this. A much shorter episode than this, potentially.
Oh, it was a good episode.
It's a good episode. Not that I'm saying this isn't, but it's a lot of me ranting about things that are not related.
Again?
I know. Yeah, it's almost like a thing. There's this bit where he goes, and my mama didn't raise no fool, because he's just saying stuff. And I can't help thinking that he's probably made a lot of this up.
Ad-libbing, aye.
Did you see him with his chest expanders, by the way?
Yeah, aye.
He pretends it through the neighbour's thing.
Right, the thing, aye.
Thank you, Barry. On the TV, Bianca's in her room watching Real World Seattle when Kat arrives.
Didn't last very long, that, did it?
No. Well,
20 episodes?
Yeah. Season 7 was Real World Seattle, aired from June to November 1998.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, right, lasted 33 seasons.
Jesus.
33 seasons of it. So it's kind of day-to-day life. So it's like that Essex and Chelsea thing.
I remember watching it when I was younger, and I was in a happier place, and they people weren't in a happy place, man.
No, they weren't. No.
Absolute rubbish.
My dream's been ruined, John. One of my dreams. The only one of the cast with a clickable Wikipedia link is someone called Irene McGee. And she hosts a podcast called No One's Listening, which is really close to my yet-to-exist space podcast, Nobody's Listening. So she's ruined my dreams. But yeah, she was particularly unhappy in that, according to some of the bits and pieces that I read.
God, why waste your life, man?
Why waste your life, indeed? By the way, space reference that I missed, that paintball thing makes me think of the paintball episode. This your first time, kid? I'm 36. This your first time, old man? I think about that all the time. The fantastic Paul Putner.
Oh, brilliant.
She says she knows it isn't easy for Bianca. Kat and Joey went out in 9th grade for a month. They had sex, and when she said she didn't want to do it again because she wasn't ready, he dumped her, which is why she's like she is. Kat didn't tell her because she wanted her to make her own mind up about Joey. Bianca feels like Kat and Dad are holding her hostage.
Oh.
Dad's watching this spray-on hair advert, by the way.
I've seen it. It grabs onto every follicle.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, interesting. Kat heads off to prom. The door goes, and it's Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And as he's leaving, I know every cop in town, bucko.
With his wings, they big, massive lapels.
Yes.
Oh,
at the prom, Kat apologises for questioning Pat's motives, and they head in. We're almost there, listener. Back at the Stratford house, Joey turns up, by the way, dressed like...
I just got that there. We're almost there, listener. Takes me ages to get these jokes, but they're subtle.
Back at the Stratford house, Joey turns up to pick up Bianca. He's dressed like fucking Jeeves and Wooster, isn't he?
Aye,
just a Bertie Wooster. Dad slams the door in his face. Michael meets Kat's Shakespeare-obsessed mate. He's dressed like Austin Powers. I think he's meant to be dressed like
maybe
a Shakespearean character. And he gives her this big neck beard, milady. Then the lassie from Letters from Cleo comes on the stage, and Pat explains that he called in a favour.
They really did. They really did.
Again, I assume they were in San Quentin together.
No, it didn't really, because they must have been all over the place, because I was looking at this. So they'd done Jawbreaker, the music for that, and they also
man, that's a film.
Craft.
That's definitely a film that was made, yeah.
And The Craft.
Are they in that?
I think they do the
The
music for it,
soundtrack.
so they're everywhere.
Fucking hell. Letters to Cleo, I think, were much more interesting when they split up. Kay Henley, the singer, she was the singing voice for Josie in that Josie and the Pussycats film.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Remember that.
The drummer, Stacey Jones, has got it going on, was in American Hi-Fi and is the drummer and musical director for Miley Cyrus.
Wow.
So arguably, they're a lot more interesting now than
Now than they were
Cleo.
back then. Even the name sounds fucking boring.
Yeah, it does. It's based around her
Pen pal.
pen pal. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
well-
okay. I guess personally, I like to say Ferris more, but I hate the name Save Ferris even more because obviously what it's connected to. I
Yeah.
fucking hate that film. Murdering bastard. Anyway,
Have a day off.
have a day off.
Have a day off.
From calling him a murdering bastard. Never. Chastity tells Bianca that Joey had a bet with his friends and he was going to shag her. Joey storms over to Pat and says that JGL wasn't part of the deal. Wasn't part of the deal! Kat storms off, and as Joey hits Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Bianca punches him, knees him in the balls.
Yeah.
Kat storms off in spite of the fact that Pat tells her he has feelings for her. The next day, JGL picks up Bianca to take her out on a boat. A pedalo, I assume. Dad comes to talk to Kat. He doesn't want to be a spectator in her life. He says, I've been on the bench for years. When you go to Sarah Graham, I'll not even be able to see the game. It's a good line, that. I like that.
I like it.
He says, and she says, what do you mean when I go? He says, oh, well, I've sent them the check. Ah, so he's happy for her to, he's allowing her to go. They hug. What a dad. Next day in class, they have to read out their sonnets. Kat agrees to read hers out. And hers is, I hate the way you talk to me and the way you cut your hair. He's never had a haircut in this whole film.
No.
I hate the way you drive my car. Well, he
No.
only did that when you were pissed
Yep.
and concussed. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big, dumb combat boots. I don't think we've ever seen his feet in this at all.
Nope.
And the way you read my mind. I'm getting the word. Nonce. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly, I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
That's what I have to about you, mate.
And she did all that in a wanna. The actor did all that in a wanna, and tears, real tears. She made real tears. I guess acting tears
Well done.
because acting. She storms out, leaves the class, and Pat's left her the guitar she was playing, the Fender Stratocaster, at the shop on her car seat. He admits he's crazy about her. It's not every day you meet a girl who flashes to get you out of detention. She's like, you can't always buy me a guitar when you screw up, you know. He says, yeah, but I could buy you a tambourine.
Or drums.
Yeah. And we end up with that bloody Cleo lot earning the money playing on the roof.
I know, looks a bit precarious, though, doesn't it? Like,
Doesn't it just?
get
Yeah.
the money, get the money.
The tambourine, £10 and 7p on reverb.co.uk.
Nice.
Okay, I'm sure there's more when I go through them, John, but have you got any more facts? Now that's the end of the film.
Tilly's Coffee was introduced in 1992 and is owned by Keurig Dr. Pepper. Spaghettis were introduced in 1965 and 150 million cans are sold every year in the Americas. Done.
I assume that coffee was the little coffee truck that's at
I
the school.
I didn't think it was a thing, but when I looked up and turns out it's a real thing, I was like, Tully's.
Jordan goes, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, fucking hell, dated
Why
Julia
did you say
Stiles.
Robin,
yeah. Dated Julia Stiles, Connor, he's called, isn't he? Or something. Dated Julia Stiles on the back of this. And his grandfather was director Michael Gordon, who directed early talkies. He was on the Hollywood blacklist because he was a lefty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tins of beans. The cowboy was in a tin of beans. 415-gram tin of Heinz beans at Asda, 90p. The Asda alternative is 410 grams and is 50p. But the Asda Essentials at 410 grams is 27p. Are you fussy about your beans, John?
Nope, they all taste the same to me.
Yep, they all taste the same when you
Just like my tea
lace
bag.
them with hot sauce. I'll tell you.
Exactly. As soon as you put
Do you say
brown
just
sauce
like
in-
tea bags?
Tea bags, I buy the cheapest.
No, Yorkshire tea or get
Yeah.
to fuck. I can't drink cheap tea bags.
Nah, mate. Even if it was like, no, it's got to be Tetley, I'm like, no, Cheap tea bags. I'm alright, mate.
No, Yorkshire tea or nothing.
Water. It's the water that makes it. I can't stress this enough to you. It's the water.
Trust me, we've got good water here, but Lake Districts and all that. But no, when you're used to them, you're used to them. There's a mention of Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese is still about. There are 10 in Florida alone, including Pensacola, not Red Cola.
No. Remember cola cubes? Oh, I love cola cubes.
McCullah cubes. The first one opened in 1977 as Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater in San Jose, California. Do you know the way? It was the first family restaurant to integrate food with arcade games and animated entertainment.
Nice.
Oh, I Can't Get Enough of You, Baby by Smash Mouth. Fucking hate Smash Mouth. Originally a hit for the Four Seasons in 1967. This version is what I would call fart rock by Smash Mouth. It also features on Can't Hardly Wait, John.
No.
Which I saw in Aussie theatres.
Oh,
Theatres, yeah. Yeah. Recurve bow arrows can travel up to 225 feet per second or 150 miles per hour, while compound bow arrows can travel up to 300 feet per second or 200 miles an hour.
Jesus.
I think I've got even more, but you know what? This is starting to get boring. That is it. That's the things we've got. If it's less than 100, put it in the fucking bin. How many do you think we got?
Right, okay, so definitely more than 10. And less than 90.
Okay.
So I'm thinking 82,
Higher.
85,
Higher.
96,
Higher.
110.
Higher.
Fuck off.
Keep going.
120 things I hate about you.
Ooh, a little bit higher.
123.
Oh, too high. 122.
Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, shoot for the stars and miss.
So I haven't written possibly the last time Scar was using a major motion picture, because that's not a fact, but I think it probably is. Yeah, there was also some other bits and pieces. Cruel to Be Kind. Anyway, enough. Listeners, if you enjoyed that, you need fucking sectioning. But you can give us a quid and we will put it into a pot and do some things with it, charity, or buy some bits and pieces that will give you a massive, huge discount.
Get better audio.
Yeah, well, yeah, we really need to fucking sort that out, by the way. Well, I say we, the royal we, me. So again, on the subject of the royal we, me, I need to start with an apology. I missed Dan and Gavin Belson's shout out last week. I'm just astonished anyone listens to this bit for any other reason than there's maybe some scary looking lads at the bus stop that they want to avoid. Gavin and Dan have got a really fun variety podcast where they talk about the week's news, and Dan does some off-colour impressions of dead celebrities. Gavin, though, keeps a brave face on it. He's very positive, just like Gadget, Stig, and Biggie from Modern Escapism. They have just finished their positivity month of shows. Somebody that isn't particularly positive, and I don't understand why, is Ian from the Bantha Liberation Front. He's a bit of a misery, but he shouldn't be, because he's got an amazing show talking about Secret Invasion, blowing up the only bit of Halifax that shouldn't be blown up. Maria's on there too, and we'll be back shortly to talk Ashoka.
A shocker. Nice.
Whereas we've just talked about a shocker. Strong female characters are her bag. Speaking of strong females, Kira and Mono convinced me to start taking brown sauce in my tea, like all good Dubliners do.
Have you done it?
I have, yeah.
It's
fucking garbage. Yeah, so I'm not doing it again. They were right. North of the border, Punky's having a hot bloke summer and not doing any podcasting. It's a shame, because I want to do a backdoor pilot for my currently non-existent Spaced podcast.
There's so many innuendos in there.
There is indeed. Someone else that's done all the recordings needed for the next couple of months is Rob Jones of Records and Bands.
Dick Jones! Here's the cops, Jones OCP!
He's got a new episode every week, whilst he's busy spending summer fingering water-based animals' blowholes like some fucking NASA perverted science woman. On the subject of smart women, Rachel and I will be meeting Amanda from Super Familiar with the Wilsons at the weekend.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm very excited, but sadly not Josh, which just makes me nothing but sad. He's on the 9/11 no-flight list.
I was going to say that. He's on the list, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. So fuck the American government.
No passport, my arse.
Do listen to his podcast, though. Hey, try this, which will help you deal with the day-to-day drudgery of life in 2023. Talking about drudgery, if you've got to watch terrible films, force your mates to watch them too. I watched and talked about Bone Alone on Hallmark of Greatness last week.
Was it?
The dog setting traps in the house film. John, all you need to know is it's on YouTube for free.
Oh, that's
and
enough.
It's made by The Asylum.
Oh, that's enough.
It's fucking brutal. Yeah, it's everything you'd expect for free on YouTube. And would you believe that recommendation came from Dale and fucking Ali? So I hope you two are very, very happy. Happy anniversary as well to the pair of you. It's Big Cat Week this week on SP Film Viewers, where Paul and Sophie are talking Bringing Up Baby with Carol Baskin. I mean, I don't think they are talking with her, but they are talking about that film.
Twats and kittens. Hello, twats and kittens.
Finally, we're really close to launching our merch store, so I'll link that all over the shop soon. Thanks to Wonder Emporium Genius and General Nice Guy Nigel Davis for sorting that out for us. List of wonderful human beings that pay us with no expectation. Ian McComish, Megan, Gavin McGill, Jen Stewart, Phil Fairish, and Emily Vint. Happy 40th birthday, love. And of course, my fantastic wife, Rachel. We are so lucky to have you all. More importantly, we're so happy and lucky to have your money. Yeah. So that's good. That's good. Right, that's it. It's another show. We got 2 in 2 weeks. That's good. We're having a week off next week because I think I'm fucking broken, and I will be broken after a week in London. That's for sure. So, listeners, have a great. Enjoy the episode. Tell your mates. Go and fucking tell your mates. Just share this shit to people, please.
Yep, word them out. Really word them out.
Yeah, absolutely. John, anything nice to say to the lovely people?
Well, Nigel in particular, because I fucking love that mug, by the way. I'm always drinking out my mug. I love it.
Oh, yeah, 100 Things mug.
Yeah, love it.
I'm having to get some more printed. We've sold all the ones we had.
Are they done?
Yeah, getting some printed. Yeah, I've got to go and pick them up tomorrow.
Nice.
So if you want some more, they do exist.
Oh, brilliant. But no, thanks everyone for your lovely monies and listening to us talking shite.
Fantastic. So we'll see you again for another 100 Things We Learned from Film. But for now, that's been 122 things that John and me learned from 10 Things I Hate About You. Should have been 122 Things I Hate About... I should have fucking figured this out before the recording. Oh, see ya.
See you guys.